Yeah, it's I don't know, it's a thing. Uh, Stuff going. Yeah.
Something's happening.
Are we getting any ads yet on the on Twitch?
On the Twitch, I don't see no ads today.
No.
It just started off.
We probably made 18 cents so far on Twitch with the ads.
Sick, dude.
I can look it up in a mo. It's insane how little it is, even compared to YouTube.
You need to have a lot of freaking viewers. Holy shit.
Yeah, the way to make money on Twitch is with followers.
Oh,
And
because then they're paid subscribers, I guess, or whatever.
yeah, it's a different business model. So far, so good, it seems.
Well, if it would have dropped by now.
Yeah, well, you never know. I haven't had the chance to pay my internet bill. No, it's actually an auto deduct, so it's not even down to me.
Well, even if you fucking paid it, they wouldn't have turned it on right away, and then we wouldn't have been up at the, oh no, what's it called? We wouldn't have come back.
Yeah.
They just cut you the fuck off. And that's it. So after we got off yesterday, I went and I took that big plate of aluminum from BV9.
Yeah.
And I put it over the Qi charger and I put the fucking phone on it. Zippo.
But
Nothing.
that's probably too thick, isn't it?
I think so. Like it's almost 5 mils. So it's definitely not ideal. But I still think they should make a Qi charger backlit remote control.
Yeah, I do too. Evening Skinny Play, evening Generic Enthusiast, evening Only Jonas, Joas. Sorry. Or I'm making you out for something you're not. You know the Jonas.
The Jonas Brothers. So yeah.
Oh, bloody hell, no, no.
What?
No.
Are we crashing?
Evening. Oh, well, Joas, only Joas, you didn't hear me misspeak your name. So I didn't make you out to be a Jonas. Evening Skinny Play, evening Generic Enthusiast.
Oh, it's funny. Oh, yeah. So yeah, I'm still choked about the B&O's remote. That's what I'm choked about. What are you texting? Twitch and you're fucking going through Tinder?
I just put out that we're live on Twitter, right?
Oh.
And somebody liked it, and this dude has 539,000 followers.
Interesting.
Hello! Dave Weasel. I can't say I know you, but it says 5-time Billboard comedy chart topper. Cool. Hello, Dave.
Who is it?
Dave Weasel. Let's see.
Let's Google him.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, I know a lot of comedians. Well, not personally, of course, but I don't think I've heard of him. Maybe if I see his mug. I wonder.
Hello, Dave. If you're
yeah,
watching,
no, I don't think I've ever.
I'll watch your shit later, for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into it now. Yeah, I had no idea who this is. I hope you're funny. Well, it gotta be funny if you got 500,000 followers. We got like what, 3?
Well, on Twitter, let's see what I have. I didn't know.
What are you twittering?
I mostly annoy people.
I don't know. I don't
49.
have Twitter account. Well, right on. I don't have Twitter account at all. I never really ventured into it. And quite honestly, after seeing Trump getting banned and Nicki Minaj getting all this fucking flack and shit all over it, I'm not even interested in supporting a platform that is fucking communist and dictatorship like, because it's our truth and no others. That's not freedom, dude. That's not how that works.
No,
At
you
least in
grew
my
up in
eyes.
this shit.
That's exactly it.
But people go check out Dave. Maybe he's funny and let us know. Also, what I really wanted to talk about tonight is for anybody that hasn't seen it.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Bieno hasn't said shit yet.
I came for the socks. Like, how the hell does it happen? Just so happen that Henrik have these socks in his closet.
I'm sure he went specifically buying them somewhere. I don't know what fucking Danish Walmart do you get those in, but
that's the first thing
Dalmart,
I
guess.
saw. I didn't even spot the level. It was like the legs and then the socks. Like, dude, like do you
on
wear
a first
kilt
take,
or
I thought
something?
they were boots, man. I thought they were boots on the first take, like, because who got fucking socks with like the white, tops, the elastic part? It's weird, fucking weird. He cannot ever talk about anybody wearing fucking red pants anymore, dude. He just burnt that shit right there with this picture. He's burnt that shit hard. Like, he's burnt that to the ground.
In case you're watching, Henrik, this is gonna go in next week's thumbnail for sure.
Well, fucking rights it is. It's better go on the thumbnail. He better give you a high-res picture of it.
It might even be to the point where I just take out the legs.
Well, that's funny. Because he was talking about it, that he was going to use it. I forgot who's the artist that he went with.
Yeah.
But it sounds pretty good, though. I do like it. I do like it. It's definitely comedic. And a little bit on harsh point for B&O, too, as far as the software goes.
Yeah, let's hope it's all updated and plays nice together. That would be great.
Yeah. Is that the network link software that's supposed to be going out?
That's what it seems like it's teasing, yes.
Because they're talking about that for like,
because he links from his level to the 28.
That's right.
That was impossible until now. So let's hope that is fully fledged and tested and all that. Like, even if it's a bit flaky at the beginning, I can live with that. But
it will be. I guarantee you that. Come on, man. How long have you been around fucking BNO? You know they're not going to just pull out, like, perfectly working software. There's going to be kinks. There's going to be software updates. There's probably... I just hope that they don't have shit like that they had with the volume control in the moment when the volume just runs away on you.
Yeah. Let's hope it's not
that. Sucks the fun out of the afternoon, dude, especially when you own a set of 90s like I do and it fucking goes away, dude. Like, I've done... couple times I basically dumpster dive into a fucking 4-plug just to unplug the moment to cut the speakers.
Skinny Places. Folks, we have a problem with our A9 Mark IV at the office. We contacted B&O, but they can't find a solution. I'll tell you about it. Maybe you have a solution. Our A9 is connected to our LG TV via an optical cable at the TV to optical jack at the A9. Once we start up the TV, no sound comes out of the A9. We have to go and tap twice behind the speaker to get it to start playing. It seems the optical jack can't wake the A9 from its sleep.
That's correct.
Because it's
a constant light. There's no difference in anything. Like, unless you would put from your TV, you pull a headphone jack to RCA cables, then it'll fire up automatically. Because that's a line level detection. But there's no way in hell that it'll ever fire up from as an AUX from an optical output. Because it can't. Otherwise, it would be always on. As soon as the TV turns on, it would be always on. Because the light's coming in.
Yeah. I'm thinking, hold on, I'm gonna check.
But you can't wake up the A9 from with an optical because there's no electrical impulse. Like, the light doesn't do anything on the other side of the sensor. What are you digging for?
Just making sure. Yeah, my Beosound 2 next to my desk is also a 3.5mm jack, and that works great every time.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember because last time I installed it was quite a while ago. And I was thinking like, wait, my last speakers there were through optical. Did I change it over or not? I don't remember.
Yeah, but there is no way, bro. There is no way that you'll be able to ever trigger it off of the optical input in the A9. That just won't work.
Yeah, just hope the probably is the headphone. Whatchamacallit, the headphone out is volume regulated. It probably is, but then also that is easier to volume regulate the.
Well, keep the TV full tilt, right? Just keep it fucking blasting all the way, and then you can have your A9 started, let's say, 40 level or something, and you can just turn it up.
Don't forget to actually set it in the settings somewhere.
For what?
Is the wake up on line in always on? I don't remember if it's on by default.
Yes. Yeah, you can't change the wake up on the line in input.
Well, you can change the sensitivity, can't you?
Yeah, and I guess that way we can.
So if you need to turn up the TV too much, you can set it to higher or lower. There's 3 settings. I don't know why B&O can't tell you that. Surely they should know this.
I would hope. Or did you get to talk to what's his face? Who was the tech guy? Not Bobby. Remember that we're roasting a dude?
Oh, Georgie. Yeah.
Georgie. Georgie, the technician, gave you the answer, I guess.
So only Yoa says, so maybe I got it wrong, but on my core it triggers with optical with the LG TV. Yeah, but that's because the core is always on. That's kind of the difference. The core, even in standby mode, is basically ready to play. It doesn't have to go the full boot loop. Whereas an A9, when it's on, it's so off that it's basically has to do like a power up.
It's not really necessarily the power up, because when you tie it into the gateway, you can still wake up the A9 through network. So I just don't think that the A9.
Yeah, but again, network is a physical signal, right? It's not a light signal.
Yeah, it's a wake online.
Yeah, so that's literally voltage coming in. Voltage regulator goes, oh, we're on now. With light, it's just like this could be anything.
That's right.
And the sensor for the light change isn't on all the time.
So there's your answer. But it's a little peculiar that they couldn't answer that.
Back to
back to Henrik.
Those socks.
Fuck. Is it 2? No, that's actually like he fucking legit. Oh, dude, aren't they ostrich legs? Look closer.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. That makes me wonder even more. Why does he have those?
And was it his purchase or somebody gave it to him? Henrik, we have so many questions, dude. You better be on a fucking podcast next Sunday. But that's fantastic that they're doing that. That's fantastic that they're doing that. Because it's been like what? When did the level come out anyhow?
A few months ago.
3-4 months ago?
I think April or something. Yeah, so 3-4. Maybe 5 by now, closer to. But either way, it was nigh on impossible to get in the first week anyway.
Yeah. I don't know why they're so hard to get as far as the gold ones here. It's a fucking few months wait actually.
It's everything from chips to manufacturing priorities to availability of materials to speakers, etc. It's unreal what's still going on.
I know. I just can't believe it. No, but like just I don't understand where they cannot get their shit together anymore. If it used to work normally, why does it not work anymore normally as far as the chip manufacturing is concerned? That's what I don't get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure the Chinese swooped in and fucking put an order for chips for next 170 years.
Yeah, only says I can't get the wood I heard for the gold one. That could also be a thing because Beano gets their wood at the same place for the last like 80 odd years or something like that. And they were closed last year for like most of the year, so they have everything on back order.
Are they a furniture manufacturer also? There gotta be something like that.
I have no idea. It's one of these bloody ancient forests near Copenhagen, I think. So it's all like managed forestry. So it's not like, oh, we have a bunch of orders. Let's chop the forest down. That's not how it goes. Like you have actual tree surgeons and stuff like that walking around there.
Fuck. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting how long that'll take. Like some predictions are like 2023 that this will recoup.
Yeah. Or you could be in the UK and then there's no lorries driving petrol around anymore.
Why is that?
So it's the UK left the EU, right?
Yeah.
And one of the reasons for leaving was sovereignty. Well, turns out that because of the open borders policy, that a lot of lorry drivers retired in the UK. Because all these Lithuanians and Latvians and Polish people would drive for like a tenner an hour, where a British person would drive for like 25, right? So now they're their own country anymore, but now more people than ever started shipping shit. So there's a shortage of lorry drivers to begin with. And nobody was training for it because it didn't make sense to train for, because like you can only undercut the undercutters by so much before it's not worth it. And now apparently with the amount of shipping, there's not enough people and they are asking for more money, actually a fair wage, and the big companies are like, no, we're not doing that. So they're like, okay, then we're not shipping your shit. And amongst that stuff is gas and petrol and diesel and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah, jolly.
So how y'all get around then?
Like Southern America earlier, was it this year? When that pipeline thing was going on? You don't, really?
Yeah, I guess.
You do the necessary and that's it?
What's average HGV age?
HGV is the giant vehicle license is what's called an HGV.
Oh.
So the average lorry or truck driver is now 55 in the UK.
That's old.
Yeah, and that's kind of the problem.
Well, they don't have to unload crap. They just got to drive the fucking thing, right?
Sure, but if it was a healthy, industry, right? Like the average age would be lower because roughly the same amount of people would come in that would go out.
Yes.
So you end up near the average age because the average age of the UK is something like 45.
So now you just got these Polish retirees fucking running around and
Well, a lot of them pissed off back to Poland.
I guess.
Yeah, so I mean that's another thing. Like something like a third of the workforce just left because of Brexit. Also, so this is one of the weird EU problems, right? Where if you're in any of the trades, you're kind of fucked. Because like a Dutch builder has to compete with Polish prices. Because there's no technical borders, I can rent a Polish construction worker at Polish prices that you would pay in Poland to build something here. Under Polish law for like the OSHA crap.
Okay.
which is way less stringent than it is here.
Hmm.
I mean, survive competing with that. I feel bad for all these people. Like, that doesn't mean that Poles are great builders. Like, for fuck, they are. Like, they build Rome in like a day if you put all the Poles together. And then probably smash it again if you give them some vodka at night.
Fucking painted too.
Have a good one, Callum.
See you, Callum. Yeah, that's insane. So what's the resolve in what's his face? In English or in England? Well, like, how are they gonna fix this? Really? What are they gonna import Gypsy from where I'm from Slovakia and Czech to fucking drive?
That's the idea, yeah. Or like a temporary fix.
But I mean, Gypsies are not the most motivated people to work with or have work for you. And I know my dad used to work at the city, like he used to manage them, like the fucking, what's it called? The street sweepers and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they still walk around there, right? Not just like with machines and shit. And he's like, yeah, like, or park maintenance, like all that city stuff, right? He was in charge of it. And he fucking left. He's like, I can't deal with this. Like, these people are fucked. So.
Evening, Brendan.
Hey, Brendan.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. One would think that like a big rig license doesn't take years. It probably takes you like 6 months or so.
What, to get?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. They actually, like, after this, you've heard of that hockey team, right? That got T-boned in a bus. April 2016, I believe it was.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, where it was like 14 people died. And the guy that he ran a stop sign, he'd like disregard completely, right? Which I don't understand. Like these, like from India or Pakistan or wherever the fuck they come in here, and I got nothing against that shit. But what I wonder is, what the fuck are you doing on that phone all the time? Like, they always have a headphone in. Like, who are they talking to? Martians? Like, why the fuck are you always on something? Like, they always have those bitch pods from Apple in their heads, and they're always fucking talking.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
And yeah, he blew through shit. He had this fucking license maybe 3 weeks or not even. And zero fucking experience. And yeah. I couldn't imagine being a father driving behind that bus, because there was a few parents that were going behind them because they were just moving from one hockey rink to another. And get fucking and just see your kids go.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I mean, one of the weird things, right, is like the big companies in Britain, like BP and Shell, and well, Shell is from here, but they also function there. But BP and those people, they're now complaining that lorry drivers want like over 30 grand a year, and
that's a lot for them.
Apparently, because they got away with like 15 for the last few years.
Holy shit! How the fuck do you even survive on that money?
The government pays the rest.
Oh, I see. So they
yeah.
That's a.
And also, if you live in Poland, right, 15k goes a heck of a long further than.
Oh, it goes way further than in UK. Yeah, that definitely does.
So, yeah. And these were all these weird constructions.
15 grand a year. So that would be what, like 1,400 euro? I mean, pounds a month.
Something like that. Yeah.
That's not a fucking bad paycheck, actually. Because, like, average wage, like where I'm from, if you think about it, because Poland is fucking next door to us. Not to me, but where I was. Like, my dad, like, when he was working for the city, I think he was averaging like 700 or 800 euros a month.
Yeah, well, sure. But
so if you go out to fucking England and start driving a goddamn lorry or whatever you call them there, then that's a fucking double the money, dude. You gotta learn a language, and you gotta be away from the family for whatever time being period, right? But that's way worth it.
Well, when the border was open, you just take them with.
Well, yeah.
I mean, and that's kind of the weird thing about it. Like, because in the UK with the NHS, anybody that's there is covered, so you don't need health insurance at all. You just need to physically be there. And I don't know, it's a whole contraption and it's weird. But if you live in the UK and you make £1,500 a month, like, you can survive.
But that's like fucking from your hand to your mouth. Like that's not comfortable living.
No,
that's
it's not like let's eat out every weekend.
Fuck, you'd probably be happy if you can eat out on your goddamn birthday even.
Yeah, I mean, in London you can't survive off of that.
No, there's no way.
Unless you have like a council house, but it like takes years to get one of those. I mean, that's basically government subsidized housing.
Oh yeah, like low income housing that they have here.
But they're run by the individual councils, so the boroughs of the city and or area you are in. They regulate that and appoint.
My first apartment with my ex-wife, it was a low income housing, brand new. Was it 15-story tall building? And I was on the 13th floor. And it was actually number 13, not fucking 14 or 12. It was 13th floor. It was stupid, superstitious bullshit. And it was a view of downtown. It was great.
That's why your marriage collapsed.
Fuck. Oh, my marriage collapsed, not because of that. But it was, it was a great place. Then we moved.
I mean,
to a different, little bigger apartment.
What do you pay for something like that?
So I barely approved because I started working in the architectural firm, and I think a month after I got a fucking raise that I would never be able to be approved, and also I had a.
Hey boss, could you wait with the raise?
Basically, because it was my best friend's dad that was running the company or owns the company, and so I said. I got the apartment, but at the time of my wife was a fucking landed immigrant, I guess. She didn't have the papers, right? So I was sponsoring her.
Mm-hmm.
And back in the day, it was 5 years of sponsorship. And and then 2 years into it, I found out that she don't want anything to do with me other than the fucking papers. So live with that for another 3 more years without fucking twisting her neck off her shoulders. And 2 weeks after our 5th anniversary, I fucking packed my Lego paintball gear and the car, because that was money owed on. And I left her with a fully furnished apartment, and I fucking haven't seen her ever since. And it's been now, 11 years? Or maybe 12. So...
But that's totally not what I asked. Actually, what would you pay for an apartment like that, roughly?
Oh, but yeah, that's what it's been segued. But anyways, we paid, I think it was $550 a month, which was more than half off of what an apartment would cost. Like, it was a fucking 1-bedroom submarine, but it was brand new. It was whatever, 550 square feet. I don't remember. I think it was less than $500 we paid. No, it was 500 with all, like, everything included, all the water and power and all this shit.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, because, like everything was included.
I mean, if
only thing I had to pay for was internet and TV.
Yeah, because they haven't made that a human right yet in Canada.
Well, they're pushing for it, but if you think about it, you still have internet because you have your phone, right? Like, back in the day, like, this is so back ago that, like, the phones still had a fucking T9 text input, lest we forget.
Yeah.
And
I feel I should pull that up for the people that don't remember.
Fucking pull up old Motorola phones. Like the one, like the Razr. I always wanted a Razr. I never really gotten the Razr. I got the different version of it.
I had a Razr phone.
Did you?
Yeah, it was amazing.
So,
it was great, especially smacking it down once you were done talking.
I know, I always love that on the flip phone. The fuck you closure on it when you just snap it shut, that just makes it, that's like hanging up equivalent to, right?
Yeah.
Like olden days. Now is what, you just fucking turn off the screen or put the phone screen down. Yeah, the T9 was the shits. I don't remember what my model phone was of my first phone, what the model number was or what model it was. but it was LG. My first phone was an LG.
Yeah, this was amazing because you could see on the front who was calling and then decide not to pick up or pick up. Or
Hmm. I miss those phones.
Oh, it was
They'll never go
great.
back to these because these couldn't be tracked as much as the fucking this unibody bullshit is, where you can't take the battery out of it. Like this one, you could actually know that you have turned the phone off.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, they kind of did a remake of it recently with a
I
fold.
saw that the
Problem is though, like
the hinges
Razer
had issues.
or Motorola kind of lost their whole uniqueness because everything runs Android now.
Yeah, they lost their edge.
Like back in the day, BlueBerry and Motorola were cool because they had something unique to offer, and it's kind of all gone.
Yeah, all of it is gone now. You have either Apple or Android, and piss off. That's it. That's all you get.
But I love this phone. This was a great phone.
I wonder if that would even work on the current networks anymore. I don't think so.
Some countries, not here. 2G is gone here.
Oh yeah, completely, eh?
Yeah, 1G has been for like a few years already. So like was it end of 2019, I think it was basically when the first Apple iPhone stopped being operable because like that went on 2G and below.
Wow. Yeah, Europe is a little more, I guess, selective with the tech like that. They're a little more ahead of it than US will ever be. And I think it's because of the size of the countries.
I don't think so, honestly.
No?
I think it's mostly because the government builds it and then leases it back to the companies.
Oh.
So the government pays for all this internet connectivity shit and then says, phone companies, who's the highest bidder for this service?
I see. And there you go.
Yeah, I mean, that is technically what happened in the US, but they never completed the contract, and the US government is like, oh well, we'll just pay you nonetheless. Because in in the late 90s, the US government paid the phone and internet providers to have every building in the US have a minimum of 25 Mbit connection.
That was a regulation in place?
No, that's what they paid for them to
Okay.
do. The phone and internet service provider people took that money and then never fulfilled on the contract.
Or just fucked off with the cash, I guess.
Yeah, and this was, I don't know, it was a few $1 billion.
Well, I'm sure.
And now the phone and ISPs are still saying, well, if you want us to actually do it, you need to pay us some more. Like the government literally paid money for every building to have a connected line to it at a minimum of 25 megabit down.
It's easier to fuck off with the cash than do the work.
Yeah, I mean, like half of rural America has next to no internet at all at the moment.
Dude, it's not even was, it's still the same here. Like when I go to Saskatchewan per se, that's a perfect fucking example, dude. In Katepwa, like that is so butt fuck nowhere got forgotten that there's I'm surprised they actually have internet of any kind, let alone some kind. But yeah, forget the Netflix and shit on that particular network. But then, like even in Calgary, Artesia is a neighborhood that basically is technically out of city limits, and then they're out of city limits, so they didn't have internet. Like it was a whole fiasco when I had a few clients there. I'm like, dude, I don't know what the fuck, but they had like that ExploreNet or whatever it's called here. Whoever's on our side of the puddle will know exactly what I'm talking about.
Well,
what is that? Oh, the Pebble?
Yeah, the one Tigger's had. Is It almost looks more like a fucking keychain thing than a phone.
Looks like a women's razor. It's spring-loaded open itself. Yeah, that's fucking. What year was this? 2000?
No, later.
5?
2005 or something. Let's see. What does the...
Phones changed so much.
It was
that we
announced
don't even...
early 2005, the Pebble.
See, I'm a good historian for nonsense electronics. But yeah, that's insane. How, like, if you think about, we had flip phones, like the kids can't even fathom that. Some of the younger generation. Oh, remember the Matrix phone?
I had this phone for the longest time.
What, the Matrix one?
Yeah.
Or this one?
This one.
Because that's not the Matrix one.
No,
the
it's
one,
based off the Matrix one. Yeah, this
yeah.
one does that too. There was a button on the back and and it slid down like that. But within 2-year warranty period, that mechanism failed like 3 times, and they basically said, "Here, have a new phone."
Hmm.
But I had this phone. This was one of my favorite fucking phones. It was great. And it also for answering phones, like you do like that, and you press the button with your right index finger on the back, that thing goes, and you start talking.
Fuck.
No, I'm pretty sure the Matrix phone was also
it was a Nokia something, yeah. It was a Nokia something. But yeah, that was fun times. Shit, that's 21 years ago when that phone came out.
I have this phone here somewhere. I can go get it. The Nokia 2110.
It's very similar to the one that B&O had. The first Beocoms, remember?
But it actually mattered that you had to pull out the antenna for this phone.
Mm-hmm.
1995.
Hello. I had a fucking antenna phone as well. That's so funny.
I mean, this thing stored up to 10 text messages.
Holy shit.
And I think you could do 25 phone numbers.
Because you had all of them in your head back then, fuck. Now I don't know even, like, in 2016 after the crash, when we crawled out of that fucking van, and I'm sitting in the ambo, I couldn't remember my mom's fucking phone number. Because I never really called it. You know, it's just mom on the phone. It fucking took me a few tries. But I did somehow remembered. I don't know how.
Yeah, this thing did have Snake. Snake 1, the original Snake.
Fuck.
You know, this was literally the interface. That's all it was. It had an enormous battery, yet it would only last like 3 days because it was like a fucking lead battery.
Those are
like
funny.
lithium ion wasn't a thing yet.
No, they were nickel metal hydrate, right?
I think I don't actually remember. This was 95, so it was a long ass time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like this thing is actually the size of a brick.
Yep.
I mean, I have
Can you imagine if we had to revert back to these phones due to some sort of a cataclysmic event, like solar flare or some shit comes in, fries the fuck out of everything, and we're back to like Stone Age?
Yeah, but this wouldn't work either then.
No, I know, but like imagine if we had to resort to this kind of shit. Like some of this would survive, I'm thinking, more likelier than your modern day and age devices.
Oh, that's for sure. Like you
This
can
is-
throw these against a wall and it still functions.
Yeah.
Like an iPhone, if you throw it against a wall, you're happy if it's not totally ruined.
Well, if it's in Canada, then you hope you don't go through the wall
Yeah.
like a playing card. But yeah, that's funny stuff. The old retro phones. Fuck.
Oh, we're still on YouTube.
Oh, I might as well stay, I guess. Fuck it.
Okay.
Give them a free month.
Lucky bastards.
There you go. So yeah.
If you're on YouTube and you have any questions at all, then
Fire away.
yeah. If you're on Twitch, same thing. Fire away. If you have any topics, can be anything on Monday because that's why it's Monday.
That's right.
David, you could also come to Twitch and meet Tigris and Brendan and Callum,
All these
Joas
peoples.
and
So.
And Mr. Generic Enthusiast. I still think that's a great name, Generic Enthusiast. Like, I'm sort of into this. It's okay.
Oh, fuck. Wow, is the wind's picking up here, and all of a sudden my blinds are smashing. But yeah, I'm going to have to deal with this, bro. This is pissing me off. I'm gonna give it one more try. Oh man. So yeah, I'm still thinking of leaving Canada now, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
We never really talked about it yesterday, but with what's going on, I'm thinking of getting the fuck out of here.
Oh,
I also thought about going to Costa Rica, to be honest.
That could work. It's not that far away. Generic Enthusiast, by the way, sorry to...
Yeah.
He said he went shopping for a Halo yesterday. The 33% upcharge for Canadians gave him a pause. Yeah, well, just ask for normal prices.
Well, I'm thinking, Tigris, I'm thinking going either... Like, I'm really hell-bent on Florida. And there is a B&O shop in Miami and nice weather and so on and so forth. Or I'm gonna go somewhere third world, Costa Rica, like. Or, yeah. I even thought about Dominican Republic. But,
well,
ain't much to do over there, for me at least.
No, I mean, eventually I'll go to America for sure. And
but
Florida is the most likely place. Like, it's either Florida or Texas.
yeah.
And I know the Texas people will say, come to Texas, but...
I wouldn't mind going to Texas. There's just no B&O shop over there. There's nothing to do for me there. And I don't have enough money to fucking open one. Especially with those new goofy-ass regulations that they came up with. There's no way that I can afford that. So...
yeah, well, you can still be a pro partner in the US for some reason.
Well, I can be a certified installer here, I guess, too, but I don't know. It's just dragging like a snot on a sleeve. And I think also that they don't really like me because of the podcast as well.
Well, then I'll try. I'll sign up for pro partnership.
Yeah, see if they'll give it to you.
You'll become my employee.
Fuck.
I was actually thinking about this earlier, right? Like, if we were to both be in Florida and have a B&O shop or a B&O related thing, I was thinking, like, that would probably be the end of the podcast, because I'm not going to talk more B&O in my free time, because we would talk it all day already. Like, it would be more like a John thing, where, like, occasionally I'll hang a camera up in the shop or something.
Yeah. No, it would get too much. That's for damn sure. How about Puerto Rico? I never thought about Puerto Rico. But
a lot of rich people, eh?
Is there?
Yeah.
But yeah, well, the podcast won't end. I'm not seeing this go anywhere for, I would say, at least a few more years. What does it take to be a pro partner? I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. When I applied, I got it because I inherited the shop that bankrupted. So that was my way in. But I honestly don't know what the requirements would be to become a pro partner. I'm sure you'd have to have a display showroom of some sorts to show at least a little bit of gear. But
would
given
be my house.
Yeah, given how much, what's it called? knowledge there is, I don't understand how they can just give that to anybody. So yeah, I don't know. It blows my mind that they won't give me the pro partnership or the CI, given how much I know about the systems and products and the gear altogether and the history of it. But they'll give it to somebody that just applies and sells fucking couple burgers a week, if even that. So
Generic enthusiast, it might just be the money. I doubt it for pro partner, because it is definitely partially the money for a shop, because the shop has to look a certain way. And I sometimes feel bad for shop owners, because it seems like every 2 years, Beno now seems to say, "Oh, we've changed how your shop is supposed to look."
yeah,
And floor and walls and that sort of thing. And it's like, oh, therefore, if you want to be still a shop, you have to spend like, I don't know, 80 grand. Good luck.
it's funny. Nick is in Peru right now. Well, he's coming. Fuck, I should not forget to pick him up.
Today?
What is that? No. I think it's Thursday. Fuck. I think Thursday he's coming back. Let me just see calendar here quickly. Yeah, Thursday at 4:30 he's flying back in. Anyways, he was in the fucking B&O shop in Peru. It's hilarious. They have fucking 8,000s on display still.
Yeah.
And the shop looks exactly like ours did back in 20 years ago. But I can't blame them. He said they have a BeoVision 1040 on the or 1046. They still had it on display. Yeah, that's the reason why changes in the shops are, because they just come out, roll out with these. Like I remember.
I think John is actually one of the few that's fully up to date in how stuff is supposed to look, because there is some leniency in there. Because
yes,
if you don't get the sales, you're not mandated as hard. But I don't know. Sometimes it's B&O's own arrogance, and it's like, ugh. I don't know why you guys act this way. It makes no sense to me.
it sucks though, because they push too much, like that rotating floor concept, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome idea. Holy fuck, how much money that would cost, or it did cost to put together. Even that speaker wall, which was insanity too.
Yeah,
and now,
with the rotating, like...
yeah, so okay, you have a fucking speaker wall. How many speakers can you put on this wall right now? 18s. And go on.
12s.
They don't make 12s anymore.
No, I know, but that was the era when it was done.
I know, but now I'm talking now, you're stuck with this fucking wall that you spend $40,000 on, right? Because it's not cheap. I'm certain that it was not cheap. And now you have what, one set of speakers to spin around on them?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because 28s, yeah, you can put 28s on the wall brackets in there, but then you have, okay, so you have two pairs now. Boo-hoo. Well, back when this was happening, lap 12s, lap 3s, 18s, 17s, I think that was it. That was it for that.
Nobody actually really showed it off, which is kind of unfortunate.
What do you mean? The wall?
Yeah.
Because there was two different kinds of the wall. They both looked the same, but one did the spinny thing and the other one didn't. Yeah.
Oh. Let's see if this is it. I have to... Come on, show it. Oh, there we go.
See, like, it's a fucking cool-ass effect. But now there's only one pair of speakers that spins out.
Yeah, even 17s are EOL.
Mm-hmm. That's so cool, though.
It's so expensive, though.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, we can just do it again.
Yeah, that's expensive.
David says, I want to get a Halo in Anthracite, but is there an issue with it after samples Henrik has seen? I don't think so. It may have been pre-production ones. I think he said there was like some play in the wheel. But David says, I have a dealer 10 minutes drive away. Think the entrance side is long pre-order like everything, but we'll order at the same point. Well, tell your dealer, order me one. I'll buy it on the basis that like there's not a massive amount of play in the volume ring. Problem solved.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I mean, I wouldn't buy broken shit.
No.
But...
just pack it full of grease stickers, sir. Have a little grease nipple on the back of the Halo. Just shoot it right into the RJ45 port. How about that?
No, just make it a prerequisite of the purchase. That's what I would do. Like you say, I'll buy this off of you, and I really want this, but not if it's crap, obviously.
Open it in the store, dude.
Yeah,
you get it. Open it in the shop and just like, okay, well, you know what?
Apparently, dealer doesn't have them on hand. Like it's a pre or an order thing.
I understand that.
But your dealer has to have one in the shop anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it's 10 minutes away, that's like around the corner. So.
That's come on.
I mean, open it in the shop, or if he delivers stuff to your house, open it as soon as he's there. And if it's crap, say you can take this back again. I don't think it's an actual loop thing. I think it's a tolerances thing. Because
I don't understand that, because nothing's changed between other than the anodizing, really, right?
Yeah, but what if it's not the tolerances of the metal, but of the inner self-lubricating plastic bits?
But how would that change?
Production issues?
I guess. Or they're taking the olive theory and they're taking one ball bearing out of each Halo, so then eventually they can have a free one free ball bearing.
Yeah, who knows? But it may be something stupid like that. Like, oh, we had a new batch of parts made, and this whole batch is just crap.
Could be, just like every single BeoLab 11 amplifier board.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm quite intrigued by it. I have one on order as well. I'm not the anthracite, but I took the regular silver. Everything in my house is silver as far as the speakers, other than the lab ones. Some exceptions may apply, but everything else is silver. So I'm gonna go with the silver set. And I'm quite intrigued by that whole what's gonna work with it. When are they coming out with that software? A few weeks now, I guess?
Should be, yeah.
So I don't want to spoil the shits. But...
And they said around Q3, Q4. Well, it's nearly Q3, so...
And summer's over, so they should be back to work now.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with B&O, it's fucking weird. In August, like, there's nobody at HQ.
Yeah, they shut her down, basically. There's 3 people, and 2 of them are cleaners.
Yeah. It's, I don't know.
It's a very interesting concept of running the business that way. And the fact that nobody else bitched about it yet. Well, I guess they do, but they just don't give a shit. We are closed, and that's it.
Yeah, it seems like my dealer only goes on holiday at like past New Year. Like on January 1st or something, he's out for like 10 days.
Well, it's the slowest, right?
Mm-hmm.
And quite honestly, I remember like we were never open on Boxing Day. Because that's not a shop you go fucking Boxing Day shopping to B&O store, right? Like, we were always closed on the Boxing Day. Plus, that's not the clientele that you want in your store fucking running through.
No, I mean, it's a bank holiday here, so everything except for the furniture stores are shut. Like, for some reason on Boxing Day, everybody goes furniture shopping. It's weird. It's like one of these national pastimes.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Only like just furniture? Well, I guess because it's the only thing that's open.
Yeah.
Man.
Like you have like a whole boulevard in the city of furniture shops, and that's just about the only place that's open on Boxing Day. It's weird.
Yeah, I guess the Boxing Day now is becoming a thing also in Europe more and more, right?
I already was. Second day of Christmas, it's called here.
Oh. I never, I've been here, what now, 22 years?
Like, to me,
almost.
North America is weird that Christmas is one day. Like, I don't get that.
What do I mean, one day?
Like, it's Christmas Day, right? And that's it.
Yeah. Well, what the fuck are you stretching that out for?
Well, it's 2 days here. It's always, for almost every European country, it's 2 days. And in England...
Well, because probably, being given the time zones, probably, Jesus was born 11:45, and she was in labor till 1:30 in the morning, so that's fucking 2 days for you right there.
Well, I mean, in the UK, it's even the way that if the first or second day of Christmas fall on a Sunday, you get the Monday afterwards. So you have 3 days in that case.
Yeah, we're a little more capitalist here.
Yeah, so like Tigger says, we have Christmas Eve, Christmas, and then Boxing Day. That's normal here.
So then there's 3.
Well, Christmas Eve is literally from like the midday-ish, the evening before. So let's say it's on Friday, right? That Friday ends at like 3 p.m. for just about everybody.
Yeah, here it's a little more monetized, I would say, a little more profit focused when it comes to fuck, where did I go? Walmart the other day. There's goddamn Halloween shit all over the place already.
Yeah, but isn't that in like 4 weeks, literally?
Oh yeah, but I've noticed that a while back, it's end of August is already Halloween coming in. I remember I used to work at Michael's, the season's just holy fuck, and the Halloween wouldn't even be finished, and you would already get all this Christmas crap coming in. And the cinnamon scented pine cones. What fucking asshole invented that? I would shoot him with. Oh my god.
How old did it? I think it started when I turned 18. Because when I turned 18, and my birthday's in August, on my birthday, I heard the first Christmas song.
What do you mean?
Like the Mariah Carey song came on the radio, like All I Want for Christmas. And this was in August. And the year I turned 18, that's when this bullshit started of Christmas being way too early.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I don't understand people that have a Christmas store. There's literally nothing but Christmas shit in one of the stores in Banff, and the people are literally the fucking Christmas carols are playing in there the entire year, dude. That would kill Christmas in me within a few weeks of working there forever.
Yeah.
It already did enough damage to me when I was working at Michael's for Christmas with all this shit. Oh my god. The garlands and wreaths and fucking glitter. Oh, dude, the glitter. I cannot stand glitter.
This is something else which is very Dutch. On January 1st, masses of people come together on the beach to go have a swim.
Oh yeah, I've seen that insanity.
And it's sponsored by a sausage company. That's where all the orange hats are from.
A sausage company?
Yeah, I'm not joking.
Oh my god.
Because it's a specific kind of Dutch smoked sausage, and it's a very wintry thing. Like, everybody eats that during the winter, so they sponsor this shit for people that go take a swim on January 1st.
There we go. Let them see. Let them roll. Holy fuck, there's a lot of crazy ass people.
Oh yeah, it's a few thousand people at least.
That's insane, dude. That's gotta be cold as fuck.
Oh yeah, the water is like 5 degrees or something.
Oh my god.
It's a thing. Fuck that.
Well, I could probably see that being a little more logical than that chasing the fucking cheeseville down a goat path of a hill.
Oh yeah, that British thing. I forget what it is.
The cheese toss or whatever, the cheese roll or off the hill, whatever. That is insanity, man. Those people are fucking crazy. To run down a hill that you could barely climb up on.
Yeah.
Yeah, this. Holy fuck. Like, look how steep that is. Like, it's a 45-degree angle. Oh, look at him come. Who the fuck ever catches the cheese, dude? There's like, what are the medics numbered, for God's sakes?
Yeah, every year there's broken arms and legs and shit. And
that's fucked up. Look at the Spider-Man moron there. Insane, dude.
Oh,
he was fucking close. He almost got it.
yeah.
Wow, dude.
And then he
look at that. Oh, he ate some serious shit. Well, you're going so fast that you can't even run as fast as you're basically falling down it.
Yeah. I mean, Usain Bolt can't run like gravity pulls you down, so I don't understand why these people think they can.
Holy, look at that guy in the yellow shirt just ate some shit. Oh my god. This is insane, dude. Look at that. And they just throw themselves down. Like, that's unreal.
Only the British could come up with this shit.
Fucking hell. And it's like the famous hill where they do that on.
Go catch some cheese, man.
That's fucked up. Wow. Yeah, I don't understand that. We never had anything that crazy in when I was growing up. I remember they had like the soapbox challenge, but it was on the river. Like, people had their own whatever handmade or homemade boats, like, the same thing like the Red Bull has, right? I remember
that's a Dutch thing as
ago.
well. That started like, I don't know, 100 years ago here. I remember watching that on TV as like a young kid, and it had already been going for like 30 years.
Yeah, I like the fluke that guy actually had his cheese bounce off his kneecap.
Yeah.
What is that, a turkey or what the fuck is rolling down there? Oh, somebody's backpack. Oh, it's not as fast going up, eh?
Not at all, no.
Should be one guy rolling the cheese back up the goddamn hill too. Somebody bring that. Fucking cheese, look at that. He rolls it. Wow. Oh, dude. He's got it figured out.
Just roll a few times in the strategic locations and then run.
There's girls too. No, that's not a girl. Oh, he broke the fuck out of his leg.
Yeah. I don't get why people do this shit. Like, this is seriously dangerous.
You can fuck yourself up for the rest of your life if you break it hard enough in one way or the other.
Yeah, David says last cheese left due to Brexit.
I wonder if they still do that.
British cheese is actually kind of good.
Is it?
Yeah, I like it. Like the British cheddar and the Stiltons and whatnot. It's not at all in any way French. It has a lot more character. I like it. British cheese is good. I mean, it's not brie or anything. It's not like, I don't want to say refined because it's not that, but it's not. It's kind of bold in terms of flavor. Like, there's a lot of flavor in just about every British cheese. I mean, you know, with the French cheeses, unless you get the smelly ones, most of them are quite tepid, and you have them by themselves because otherwise, if something else is with it other than a plain cracker, you don't chase the cheese anymore. That kind of.
I'm not a big cheese nut or enthusiast, I guess. I buy blue cheese every now and then when I make steaks. Love blue cheese steaks.
Stilton is blue cheese. It's British blue cheese, and it's great.
I buy Danish blue cheese here.
We have blue cheese. What is it? It's called Viking Blue.
A what?
Viking Blue.
Viking Blue?
Yeah, so we buy that every so often. It's actually kind of nice, but it's supposedly like Nordic blue. I don't know what makes it different. It's not as harsh as like...
Is it a color? Like, is it actually blue as fuck or what?
Pretty much. It's like half white, half blue. But the blue is like all the veins and shit.
Yeah. All the penicillin in it.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not like the French blue cheese, because French blue cheese, if you put it in your fridge, you smell it outside of the fridge, right?
That's fucked up, man. I couldn't deal with that. There's no way.
Like, if you get a good camembert or something and you open it, and like you'll smell it if you walk past your fridge, not even open it. It's like, cheese.
Oh, I wouldn't, because that just, like, it fucking taints everything in the fridge then, too, right? Like...
It does. Absolutely, it does. I think that's partially the point.
That's nasty. And then you just have, you have your own camembert fridge.
Yeah, and if you have any milk in there from the coffee, your milk starts sort of tasting like camembert.
That's why I wouldn't buy that. No, that's fucking nasty.
Oh, yeah, I love cheese. I love all cheeses. I like French cheeses, but I like British cheeses too. I like Dutch cheese. Cheese is great.
Jesus Christ. Enough.
Why? It's good.
Makes me want to have some cheese. I buy cheese from Polish stores here. I don't. An Italian shop I buy cheese there. I try not to buy stuff in the big stores anymore. Fuck them.
Yeah, Italian cheese, great cheese as well. Like, Italian cheese is so much more than Parmesan.
Oh, yeah.
Like, a lot of Italian cheese is a sort of the Mediterranean spin on French stuff. And I know it'll offend the Italians, but there's French people in chat.
They get. Sorry, I got a freaking...
a baguette?
I got an apology letter from Canada Post.
David says, Edam cheese is good. Get it with very fresh bread on KLM flights. So that's the weird thing, right? Edam cheese is like basic bitch cheese in this country. Like Gouda or Gouda, as it's actually pronounced. That's like the normal cheese people have here for like lunch cheese. That's, I don't know, that's like regular cheese. You buy that everywhere. It's nothing special, but somehow outside the country, it's considered special.
Isn't that with most of the things that you get or take for granted in your own country, and then you go out somewhere and you're like, oh, fuck, I would kill for this. And then you end up paying premium for it anyways, because you do want to get it.
Well, I still remember I made Megan like my sort of over-the-top French brunchy thing, where you get a croissant and you half bake it, you cut it open, you put brie, bacon, and honey in between, and you finish baking it. I mean, it's fucking great. It's not good for you, but then again, who cares? But we went to the store to buy some brie there, and this is in Wisconsin, and Wisconsin is known as dairy country, so you think like cheese is cheap, right? Like a regular pint of brie was like over $8.
What?
Yeah. I mean, that sort of cheese here would cost €2.
That's expensive, dude.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like an expensive shop or anything. It was just the regular President Brie, which is like the Brie you find everywhere around. Like, I bet you the French would say, that generic shit? Like I say about Edam or
This is
Gouda.
not Brie, this is debris, fucking. Yeah. Cheeses are good.
Cheese chat unite. Yeah, Skinny Play agrees. President Brie is just regular fucking Brie. It's like bargain basement shit.
Like, would we have here like the generic brand, I guess, or no name? That's a superstore kind, right?
Yeah.
Like every. Do you guys have that in there or no? Like
what?
Like Safeway has Compliments, I believe, brand.
No idea.
So you can buy like Compliments chips, or instead of like Lay's or Doritos and shit. But yeah, they're not as good. Some of them actually, which is funny. Like we were sitting once smoking cigars. The Costco actually, I didn't know, and I tried to fucking get that bourbon, but Costco bourbon is actually Woodford Reserve. It's made by them. It's just relabeled differently. Hey, Michael, if you're getting yourself a 77, are you installing it yourself? Then be very careful with not fucking up the mechanism. What's this cheese now?
Old Amsterdam.
Oh.
Fucking great cheese. It's almost hard to cut because it breaks off in chunks, because it's on the verge of drying out, and but it's so old that the milk crystallizes and you get these sort of crunchy bits of like pure flavor within it. It's great cheese. But again, this is like you see this in Amsterdam in tourist shops, and tourists go nuts over it because like, oh, this is cheese. I mean, it's old cheese. Like, this cheese has been laying on a plank for like 36 months minimum.
Wow.
So it's like at least 3 years old. You have the really old Amsterdam that's been either laid for like 5 or 7 years as well. And I mean, they're great to eat. Come here, I'll treat you to a bunch of cheese. Like, this country is nuts for cheese.
Integrating. That's gonna be a good system. BOM16 driving 4 BeoVox 2.2s, right on.
I would, if you can, not do the front heights, but do the surround heights, if you can. Yeah. Michael Wilson. If your dealer is installing it, you don't really need to take care of anything other than make sure your dealer doesn't lift it by the front wings.
I'm sure that they've hopefully installed more than one.
Yeah, but that's about the only thing. And if they, like, make space.
Yeah.
Like,
move shit out of the way, because like, the boxes are big.
Yeah, like, if you see my living room here, like the glass table, if you have something similar, move it. It'll help it go a lot quicker. And also, if you have more space to just move around, because don't forget, like, the box of the 77-inch OLED panel is a lot bigger than the panel is.
Yeah. Nice. I like the idea of motorized stand. I think it's a good call.
Yeah, it's a great stand.
Share the pictures when you get it finished.
Yeah.
Make sure you get your wiring or cabling management done, because you're gonna get torn a new asshole in here.
But yeah, like I said, a great idea. I like the BeoVoxes. If you can move them at all to the surround position, I would do that. Just because it gives more effect than the front heights.
Front heights don't have much. Like, that'll bring more or less the center channel more into the center of the screen. But I think you will have a much better acoustic experience if you do the heights in the back, because that's way more enveloping. So that's my take on it. I wonder if you can order it with a 2021 LG screen. Probably.
Yeah, you can order it with a C1. That's no issue. You can also order it with a CX or with a C9 if you can still find one. That's no issue. It works.
The guys in Vancouver are trying to sell me a Mark 1 Eclipse for a really good money, really good price, but kind of and the 65-inch too. But I'm kind of on the fence with it.
That's the C7 panel, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the old one.
Yeah, if it's for your own use, I wouldn't.
No, I would resell it. There's no way I would keep it. I don't need a fucking TV. I have a TV. I have 2 TVs, for God's sakes, in one room. So, but I just don't want to sell it to somebody that, I just don't want to sell it at all, actually. But I might find somebody that will do something about it. Maybe I'll sell it to the guy that just came back from Australia after fucking 2 years of being locked out. Did I tell you that?
Sorry, what?
I got a phone call from one of my clients that I haven't talked to in 2 fucking years.
Yeah.
About, like, power up the cable box. And then, like, Colin, I haven't fucking heard from you for a long time. He's like, yeah, because we just got back from Australia yesterday.
Oh.
They have an apartment there, and they go 6 months there and 6 months here. Yeah. And they left before the bullshit started, right? And they figure, fuck it, how long it's gonna be till it blows over. 2 fucking years special permit plane just to get out of the country because they wouldn't even let them leave.
Yeah, that's Australia for you.
They're fucked up in there, man. Like, I have one of the servers the bar that I go to, or the pizza place. She lives in Australia, but she was here for doing something, and now she can't go back. So her boyfriend and the dog is in fucking Australia, and she's here, can't do shit. So I don't understand their logic. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't even move within the fucking country. I mean, there's several hundreds of people arrested because they were like 100 yards from their house and they had a quote-unquote no good reason to be that far from their home.
See, that's next level oppression, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But they are going into streets. There is riots.
I mean, the one thing Australia seems to have proved right now is Americans going like, see, this is why we're keeping our guns. Because fuck off.
Yeah. Tigris, the Eclipse Mark 1 is not a TV to avoid, but the problem is that display is just that display. You cannot upgrade it. So that's the only drawback of the TV. Like, the soundbar is the same as the Mark II, more or less. It's just the attachment points or fitment, I guess, for future panels has been accommodated better, or has been accommodated on the Mark II versus the first one. At the end of the day, if you look at it, Eclipse was the first TV that they dabbled with LG. Because before that was a Horizon.
Also,
and Horizon
if you get
was a Samsung
panel fault, they're pretty low on stock. Because LG doesn't make them anymore, I don't think. So if you have a panel fault for whatever reason, I doubt they do a like-for-like swap, even under warranty.
Well, you're gonna run out of the swappability at some point because they're not gonna have these panels in service.
No, and the CX, C1, C9 are just way better at upscaling. Like, all of them are so much better. So even the Eclipse with a CX or a C1, with a GX or a G1, the upscaling is so much better on low quality content. It's unreal. I mean,
it's using 2 video cards to process now, right?
Only on the Evo models. But to put it this way, I had a 55-inch Mark I Eclipse, and with 4K images, it was superb. The difference between 4K on the 55 and the 77 is, because it was native resolution, it was fine. But regular TV on this 1080i on the 55 Eclipse with a smaller screen was less sharp than it is on the C9 with a 77-inch screen.
Want to cut the cheese, dog? I'm getting hungry looking at this shit. So, yeah, when I had the Eclipse, I was blown away by the picture of it. But then again, if you're coming from a 1080p semi-function in BeoVision 14 to that, then that is a completely different story.
Yeah, these are just cheese shops. We actually still have cheese shops.
See, there is like, what's it called? Italian Center. That's the only one that you can go to that has like a huge selection of cheeses. But there's no specific cheese shop in here anymore. Or never really was. Because they always mix it with like cold cuts and shit, right? Like you always have cheese and meat just kind of go together. So
David says I have cheese burning on my outlet now. I'll do one of these for you.
Oh Lord. That's right. Unburn it. But fuck, I'm gonna go cheese shopping after we're done here now, you bastard. God damn it.
But yeah, I mean the Mark I Eclipse is still a great TV. It's at the point though also where LG I don't think updates the WebOS anymore. Does it matter if you have an Apple TV? No.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things, since the new one is available and you can update panels on it, might as well get the new one.
Mm-hmm. I would. But I would go for Harmony personally. I'm over the Eclipse. I'm not the biggest fan of the look. It took me a while to adopt it too, because I just didn't like that silver aluminum thing underneath, or going across that square. I was never a fan.
Yeah. Michael Wilson, by the way, said, my dealer said it comes with a 77 from the GX. Should I ask for a G1? Well, it depends a bit on where you put it. I mean, I'd be okay with a C1 even, because that pushes the price down even further. But if it's in a point in the living room where you can look behind the TV a lot, then the G is a lot nicer, because it has like built-in cable management and all that. And I mean, the C1 Harmony isn't exactly the prettiest from the back, and the G1 is a bit nicer. But you pay a lot more for the same panel capability. But the back is just nicer. Like, but do you care if it, like, for mine is up against the wall, right? Like, I have to be so close to the wall to see behind it that.
Well, if you're looking behind it, you're fucking looking for something.
Yes.
More or less. Like there's something going on. So
then again,
for me, I would have to get the nicer back because I have windows on the side. I always see the back of my TV. So I'm a moving floor stand and a nice back TV guy for sure.
I mean, obviously, like, don't get me wrong, this is not a knock or anything, but if you want to save a few bucks or quid here and there, it's a way to do things.
And if it's like, I don't know, it depends on how much you deem whatever worth is worth, right?
Yeah. Because I think here in this country anyway, there's like a 1,500 upcharge for the nicer back, something like that.
Yeah, well, with the motorized stand, like, put it this way, you get, what, 70 degrees of turn, 35 degrees from off-center onto each side. So if you do have the panel, or if you, like, you know, crank the stand so it can turn fully 70 degrees off of wall or off into one side, then yeah, you will see a lot of it back.
Yeah, because one thing that's weird on the C, but since mine doesn't turn, and from this corner, like towards me, there's a power cord that just goes up to the center of the sound center, because there's nowhere to hide it, because LG doesn't do removable power cords for some reason.
That is so weird that they just like give you a fucking, here's 1.5 meters or 3 meters and figure it out.
Yes.
I don't like that.
No.
We did an LG panel as well. When was that? 2 weeks ago, I guess. And same thing, like I was looking at that and it makes no sense. Why? Why would you do that?
I don't know. It's I don't know. This is an LG thing, but with the G series, that you can hide that within the covers on the back.
Yeah, I was not impressed because I'm like, oh, fuck. Now we have to do something in order to figure out how to make it work. And yeah. And the plug was literally right behind the TV, so you have 3 meters of cable now to contend with.
Yeah, so this is the back of the GX.
Okay. That's not bad looking.
No, but this is with all the covers off. So you have all these cable routing stuff, and then you have covers. The top is a wall mount.
Mm-hmm. It's an interesting way to mount a TV.
Yeah, that way you can wall mount it really, really fucking flat against the wall.
There's a solution for Sandeep whenever he decides to give up on his 12.
But with all the covers on, it's a lot nicer from the back to look at. And I think B&O even makes their own additional cover for this bit that is exposed on the LG covers.
Makes sense.
I mean, for some reason, I think it's metal, the way B&O makes it. Like you have these plastic covers because it's a plastic back, and then the extra cover from B&O is metal.
Because it's probably cheaper for them to make it out of stamped metal than
out of plastic, yeah.
Than trying to get molds and shit and piss around.
But
that is cool though. They're like, where's the speakers in these things? Is there any sound coming out of these TVs nowadays?
They're
or no?
sort of backwards down firing and up firing. Like, and this is the back of a CX. As you can see, it has this like sort of pot belly at the back, and then from here they don't show it for some reason, but from where my mouse cursor is, there that's where the power cord is, and it just dangles here back to the center because you can't fucking remove it.
Generic enthusiasts with Sandeep on that. The BeoVisions are a little fat in the back. Yeah, but you gotta understand, dude. Like a regular BeoVision has way more electronics and capabilities in it than the regular bullshit panel you buy from LG. Because with LG panel, you don't have a fucking surround processor built inside it. You don't have a capable speakers built inside it. You don't have peripheral unit controller built inside. You get nothing. You get a fucking display. So that's, 6 of one, half dozen the other. But you can't really tie a whip out of horse shit.
Oh, it's amazing how terrible the panel speakers are in comparison.
Oh, it's insane.
Because within the menu, you can turn the B&O speakers off and turn the panel speakers on, and I do that on occasion. And it's like, holy fuck, this is awful.
Oh, really? You actually do that? That's hilarious. I would have thought that they, like, if you were to install the app or whatever, that they would disable that part, that you couldn't even go to those and use them.
Yeah, but you can turn eARC off, and then it defaults back to the panel. Tigger says, and where do you think they store the curtains in the BeoVision? Have to go somewhere.
That's right.
Well, back in the day, they were actual curtains.
Yeah, the AV9000 system had actual curtains in it. And the funny thing was that when they were building it, they were really worried about that movement or mechanics of it, that if it breaks, you're fucked, because it was actually sealed with that CRT panel, and they've never had one that went down. So that just proves the point how good the B&O is with the mechanical movement of things.
Yes, generic enthusiast. Sony has the acoustic surface. Not sure how good it is though. It's not great. I mean, it's not bad, but.
Oh, they use the panel to vibrate and make the
sound?
sound?
There's actuators on the panel, and then Like they vibrate in certain frequencies to make the panel make the noise. It's not bad, but it's not great. It basically all it can do really is the upper highs and then tweeter range. Because for it to do any bass, right, the whole panel is like
get fucking all blurry and shit from moving. It's like looking into the rearview mirror in the car when you fucking had the bass turned up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see that's the irony of it all. Everybody wants to think that it's fucking paper thin, but then you have these unrealistic expectations of having sound with it, which can't be. Like, the best way to go and hide it, in my opinion, like if I were that hell bent on not getting fucking speakers to look at, I would go with stealth acoustics and put them in the walls beside the TVs and actually have real sound instead of this tinny nonsense basically. What's this? Oh yeah, that's the old timer, eh?
Fucking curtains.
Those were like real deal curtains. Love it. Is that a VCR?
Yeah. Or was it Betamax at the time? I didn't remember.
I don't think they ever had Betamax in B&O.
Yes, they had. You had the option of what to choose. You had a VHS and a Betamax you could choose back in the day.
Fucking rip to all these that chose Betamax. Fuck.
Yeah, well, I remember because I found one of the old sales manuals, and you had different product codes for the Betamax and the VHS one, and we had the VHS one at the time.
Yeah, DVD one is on top, that's for sure. That's hilarious. So where is he? At Grandma's house?
I don't know, Russia by the looks of it.
We have this TV here, блядь.
I have no idea what it means, but I hear it all the time.
Son of a bitch. It's fucking hilarious.
I mean, isn't that Medvedev on TV?
Probably.
Was it the premier of Russia, the dude under Putin?
No idea. I so not followed like Russian politics. I didn't follow anything really when I was little or young. Now your fucking well-being depends on it, so you get a little more proactive about following things, but it's at the point where no matter how much you follow, you still can't make no changes because it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, especially in Russia, it doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
Like the outcome is settled to begin with anyway. Did you hear what everybody was? I'm not sure you can say this on YouTube or Twitch, but the entire EU and America was very affronted and aghast that election surveyors saw people in the middle of the night adding ballots.
Where? In
Russia.
Oh, really?
And it was like, really?
Dude, this fucking whole voting thing in elections is an absolute display of just an utter disregard for anything as far as fair is concerned. Like, even here when we had these fucking elections, the dickhead came in. It was already won before he even like called them. So that's the reason why I'm getting the fuck out of here, or at least gonna try somewhere.
Yeah, it's
the worst part about that decision is to actually make it to go. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I agree. And then have to
it is really
resettle everything and
like everything.
Yeah,
I've done it once.
The part I'm not looking forward to either, honestly. Like, I don't mind the going bit, but the whole leading up to it and selling the shit you can't use anymore and or don't need, moving all the shit everywhere. Well, for you it's not so bad because it's over land, but in my mind it's like, oh my god, the boat is sinking with all my shit.
Fucking insure it then, and then hope for it, actually.
Sure, but there's so much stuff that you gather over the years that is irreplaceable.
No, I completely agree with you.
And
I don't know, like for me, yeah, even if if I were to go to Costa Rica per se, I'd still have to pack a container, right? No matter what, like I'm still
I'm always
really.
thinking, like, can I downscale to the point where I can put it in air freight?
Well, what would you take? You taking all the speakers? Because you'd be fucking insane if you had to buy it all in here again.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. But a lot of the furniture can stay.
I wouldn't take any.
Most of it can actually stay. And then, no, not only because of like peace of mind, but also the speed of things, right? Because especially from Europe to America, that depending on what you pay for it, can take up to like 2 months or something before it even arrives, and then you have to deal with customs, and you have to like prove that you're actually living there, and therefore you don't have to pay shit on your own shit that you want to import. Because as you're moving across country, you can take the stuff you own, but they want to know that you're not like
Tax evading, I guess.
Yeah. So one of the things is, right, like the high ticket items, like if you were to bring 90s, you kind of have to show that you didn't buy them the day before you left, but you had them 6 months before you left. Because otherwise you have to pay import duties on it.
Yeah.
And it's a bunch of that shit, and it's just like, it's binders of paperwork, and it's like, it's shit.
Just ask the Cubans to get this stuff in the US for you.
No, you're wrong. It's Haitians.
That's right. It's Haitians now. They're there now in full force. It's insane. But yeah, I'm. That's one of those things that you look around like, fuck. Well, I'm taking all my Lego, right? Like those things. I'm not gonna give that up. Everything that I have in here, I would have a hard time parting with, essentially, in my apartment. So, but I could probably stuff it into a shipping container.
Well, there's
with ease.
Like, I would definitely take like this chair and those white chairs and.
Well, I wouldn't sell Eames chair for I paid $8,000 for the fucking thing. I'm not gonna sell it for $5 just because I'm just so I can buy it again when I move to States or wherever I go. Same thing like with all the bedroom furniture. That's all Herman Miller, like old Nelson shit. So I wouldn't get rid of it because it's solid wood. And it's good quality, and it's something that, like, that's my fucking deathbed, basically. I'm not buying another piece of furniture for my bedroom.
Yeah.
Unless my house burns down, I guess.
Well, also, I think, like, my PC and whatnot, I don't like being... Well, I'm not sure what to do being without it for that long. Yes, I could do a laptop, but I certainly couldn't do the show or anything like this on a fucking laptop. And it's just being without your day-to-day stuff that's fucked up if it's for that long.
Well, you're camping for a while. Like,
yeah.
Even my clients that lived here, they packed up their shit and moved to BC, to Victoria, right, to live on the island.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, it was quick, but still, it was about a month and a half that, all that took place, right? Because they, not just a decision, they bought the house, and then they had to fucking, you got to sell this, you got to sell that, what do you take, what do you don't take? Then you move it, and then you have to get the moving company over there to unpack you, and so on and so forth, and look how much shit is broken. So yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking, like, could I condense it into one of those flight containers? Because that would just be way better, because you fly with it, you pick it up the same day, and whatever, I'll lug that around. That's easier than just waiting somewhere and hoping it arrives. And
drive a fucking U-Haul from Calgary to Miami.
Well, that's one thing that's so weird compared in countries, right? Like those enormous U-Hauls, you're not allowed to drive those with a regular driving license here.
Here you can. I could fucking pick up an air brake and not even have a license.
Yeah. I mean, that's in my idea wonderful, because like wherever I arrive by plane with all my stuff in it, I'll get a U-Haul, dump it the back of the U-Haul and drive wherever I want to go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great. And they're actually kind of cheap. Like renting stuff like that here is insanely expensive. It's like €150 a day.
Holy shit. Send it all post Nord. You just get a bunch of shrapnel on the other side. Oh god.
By the way,
well, what I would do, I would still like if I would buy the packaging boxes for the 50s and 18s and the Harmony. I would ask the dealer to order it.
This is, by the way, the weirdness of that whole Haitian stuff, right? Like, so Haiti is here, and somehow Haiti is here above me, and somehow they end up at the border here.
Yeah, it's a peculiar.
Like, how the fuck does that work? So all these Cubans, right? They end up here, like straight north because it's not that far. But these Haitians somehow end up here in Texas. What the fuck?
Well, Texas is further out.
Yeah, like way further, and the scale doesn't do this justice because there's like 3,000 kilometers roughly between Florida and Texas.
Yeah.
So how the fuck does that work?
Some good fucking swimmers, bro. Cubans ain't got shit on these swimmers.
Yeah, it's...
what are they making, fucking like a Coke bottle raft? Or how do you fucking do that?
I don't know, it's...
I'd be scared shitless to go like that.
Chinese compass.
Fuck.
True north is that way. It's always that way.
That's right. Yeah, dude.
Wait, this is
it's a fair distance, even like if you look from Calgary to Miami, put that in there. I want to see how many kilometers that is.
But first of all, like, so you'd think, right, they go to like the Bahamas or whatever, like, because you can literally island hop on shitty dinghies and be in Florida within like 2 days. Yeah. But somehow they end up going through the entire Central Americas and going up through Mexico and arrive here in fucking Texas.
Like, I don't see the logic about it.
I don't get it. Shit is going on because that's not the logical route at all. Because whatever they do, they need to take a boat, right? If it's full on illegal, if they're not flying anywhere, they need to boat somewhere. Why the fuck would you go? It's not plausible to think like, yeah, we're skirting in our dinghy past Cuba and past their Navy and coastal defense, then go through the center of the Gulf of Mexico and then not go into Texas on the beach. No, we're going to Mexico first. And then walk through the middle of the desert. Like, right. Logically. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's insane. I don't get how that, like, I don't get how the Haitians are there now.
No.
But that's where they're at.
I mean, what's the, like, you like to go to the Dominican, right? Do you notice what they think of Haitians?
They fucking despise them.
It's the same island.
They despise one another. Like, I haven't seen a fucking Haitian anywhere in Dominican Republic. Anywhere. They have a real animosity against one another. At least from what I gather there. I don't know, maybe there are obviously some exceptions may apply. But I don't, yeah. Let's see. How many hours is that? 45 hours drive?
Yeah, without stops. So it's 4,794 kilometers.
No, that's with stops.
No. Because you're averaging over 100 kilometers an hour at that pace.
Fuck, that's a distance, eh? Shit,
I mean, you're averaging like 110 kilometers an hour at that pace to do it in 45 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care how fast you drive. Like, even if you drive double the speed limit, to average 100 kilometers an hour, that is quite impressive.
Yeah.
Because that means you almost never stop. Not even red lights, nothing.
Piss in the fucking bottle.
Yeah. So this is without stops for sure.
It's a long ass way. But that's the route I'm gonna take. I'm serious. Yeah.
I mean, you have to sleep at some point, unless you're.
Oh, dude, the 45 hours drive, man. That you wrap that fucking thing around the telephone post before you go to goddamn Minneapolis, for fuck's sakes.
You know why that analogy doesn't work? Because we don't have telephone poles here. It's all in the ground.
Well, it's here too. There's rural areas still have telephone poles. Like if you go out in the country, there's still fucking poles, dude. You don't have poles outside?
No, there's like one village that has like 500 meters of it because it's like quaint.
So where the fuck do you hang the wreaths when people kill themselves on the road?
Nowhere.
Hmm.
We don't do that really.
No, fuck, here it's goddamn memorials on every fucking turn and corner.
Well, you put it on the floor at best, like, but almost every line of every sort of surface is in the ground.
Hmm.
Like
not here.
The only overhead lines we have here are the massive power plant lines, like the ones where they're the like those tree things, right? With the triple layers. Those are the only ones that are overground, basically. The rest is
But that's a super high voltage ones.
Yeah. The rest is in the ground.
Yeah, we do have phone lines here still. I don't have a phone line, but yeah, the landline system still operates here. I'm sure it's VoIP now, but it's still, yeah, people have phones.
Yeah, we still have landlines as well and home telephones, but
most of the people keep the landline, depending if they're like, I guess for the reason if you live in an older apartment building where it's actually tied into the home phone system, so you can let people in and shit. But that's all starting to get more or less swapped over for just a cell phone based intercom, so it just goes to your phone.
One reason why it's slowly going away is like, for the longest period of time, there was a cost difference between calling somebody on their landline or calling them on their mobile phone.
Of course.
I mean, but the thing is, like, mobile phones start with different digits. Like, you can tell which numbers are mobile phones because they start with 06, all of them. Like, the 06 is the mobile phone dial, so to say, for everybody. Like, where I live, the area code is 030. But if you dial a mobile phone anywhere in the country, it's 06.
The fuck? I'm trying to see. I don't understand how they fucked my thing up. And,
Again?
no, I'm still dealing with that one guy. Ceiling brackets. There we go. Yeah, I'm still dealing with this one guy. And poor fucker too, man. He he didn't wait till he got the brackets and he started fucking drilling into his ceiling because he wanted to, like, overly excited, right, with the wires. And lo and behold, the brackets get fucking lost in shipping somewhere. Oops, I think it's one message back. So yeah, I need to respond with I need to respond to the post office. They still took fucking 2 weeks to get a response, but I guess I can imagine that they're busy as fuck with everybody shipping everything since the pandemia started. But I think Amazon is really sweeping or cleaning their clock as far as all the rest of the shipping companies are concerned.
Yeah, well,
they're really going for it.
One of the things I don't get, right, is so many people in America, especially because it seems to be mostly an American thing, are very annoyed at Amazon and at the working conditions and that sort of thing. And I'm thinking to myself, like, why do you keep buying stuff from these people then?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get that. Like, I don't buy from places I don't like. And yeah, convenience and all that shit. Yeah, I'm not doing it. I don't care. Like, if I don't like you, I'm not giving you my money. End of.
Oh, I can reply to this email. Cool, I'll do it in a bit.
Then again, we don't really have Amazon here, other than Amazon Prime at the moment. But
Mm.
I mean, you can get Amazon to here, but it's sort of pointless because everybody does overnight shipping anyway.
Oh. Yeah, here is that's the way cookie crumbles here. Amazon
so Tigris says because it's easy for the fat, lazy Yanks. So only the Northerners. Because only the North are Yankees.
Yeah. They definitely you know what, I would never want to be in a position with my life that I would have to work for Amazon. Like at all. I don't know. I would do whatever the fuck I could not to ever work for these people.
Yeah, same kind of goes for Bill Gates to me.
Oh yeah.
Like, if we're talking about deranged billionaires, I'd rather work for Elon Musk than any of the other ones.
Yes.
I mean, if we're gonna sell pie in the sky shit, I'd rather sell self-driving cars that are fully there.
I was watching some of those like short videos on TikTok or whatever, where like the Tesla fails and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would be trusting the goddamn autopilot that much. Still, like it's cool, but it confuses shit every now and then.
I wouldn't be opposed to buying a Tesla, but I wouldn't buy it with autopilot anyway because I like driving.
Don't they all have autopilots?
No, it's a $7,000 upcharge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you can get them without it. I mean, it's a software patch, basically, because if you have a Tesla without it, you can pay them money after the fact and then still get it.
Oh, really? So it's not like you're not missing modules and shit. Like it's all there. It's just locked out.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it's one of those things where, like...
Well, you know what? Like, if you think about it, the autopilot for me would make sense, like going to fucking Edmonton here, right? Which is a 3-hour straight drive. You don't turn. Like, it's just boring.
Yeah.
So you can actually end up doing something productive in the car while you're being driven. But I don't think I'd have the balls to fucking fall asleep.
Well, that's kind of the point. Like, legally, you're not even allowed to do something else while you're driving. That's still illegal.
No, I know.
So
sitting there reading a fucking book.
So what's the point of having it?
There isn't.
I mean, you're there because you can be moderately distracted. But if you're driving mostly straight anyway, aren't you distracted half the time anyway?
Yeah, well,
like you're not intently driving
like this. Yeah, I don't.
Ooh, I'm going straight for 100 miles.
Fuck yeah. No, I don't do that. Shit gets interesting when you hit like BC, like around Golden, when it starts to get a little mountainous and turny and curvy. That's a fun drive. Not this year because they're repairing everything and it's a fucking shit show with construction, so you can't even enjoy it. But it is. That's an interesting drive. That's a fun ride. A lot of people go to Drumheller like on bikes, but I'm not into eating insects while I.
Generic enthusiast how's the moose detection?
Fuck.
It probably thinks it's a fucking big rig.
Yeah. Well, I know, like if you get into the Audis with the night vision cameras, right? Like the A6s and up, I guess. That system actually does it's based on a FLIR camera, and it will highlight wildlife and whatever the fuck heat signatures, and with matrix lights, it actually does shine the light directly on that. But yeah. I don't know how Tesla would do it. Software, I don't know. I honestly, that's a good question. If they could actually, if it does mitigate for wildlife on the road. But
it probably does, but you never know. And again, you would definitely see it if you drove yourself.
Oh yeah. I only had one encounter like that in the winter going back from Radium Springs.
Like
I was still married.
What us Europeans don't get is these cars they're driving in this little video already are enormous on our roads. and this moose is towering over it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're in your 5 series, you feel like a fucking ant if you were to
You
come
could drive under it in 5 series.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't even touch his belly. That's what's the scary about these fucking animals, that you really just take its legs out, and the center mass
Falls
goes
on the top
right
of the roof.
through. Well, it goes right through. The worst is, like, I wish that never happens to me, but I've seen it in person, but I had seen cars after, and I had talked to a few medics that or paramedics that the fucking discussion came about this, and they said that you're more likely to die from a deer or a moose waking up in the car and killing you by kicking than actually dying from the severity of the injuries, because usually you duck and shit, right? But then you're mangled in with this fucking thing, and you can't really, like, dude, chill out. That doesn't work for a moose. And when that thing starts kicking, dude, you have no chance whatsoever. That'll fucking mush out of you.
Oh, it's like being kicked by a horse in the head. Like,
it's over.
Yeah.
At least you don't have the hooves that are metal.
Yeah, Tigger says there's cars here written off if you hit a badger. Yeah, badgers are only like this sort of size. We're talking about a moose that's like 1.5 metric tons.
Yeah, like they're
like it's the
4,000
same
pound
weight
animal.
as your fucking car.
Yeah, they're about 3,000-4,000 pounds. Some of them, like, they're fucking insane. Insane. Well, yeah, like I said, I only got to see it once, and that was on the road. It was fucking snowing, dude. I barely missed it.
I mean, this is also if you're out in the wild or in a park or whatever. Why the hell you have a gun on you? Because if you just scream a bit, like, this thing is not gonna care. Like, you're not gonna stop it by punching it.
You're gonna shit on yourself the first fucking 3 steps it makes towards you, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean,
hope the smell will drive it away. This meat is spoiled. Fuck.
No, it's like moose. Fucking insane animals.
Yeah, we got some serious shit here. That's for sure.
Well,
and if you go to Montana's on your birthday, then they'll make you wear a fucking moose helmet.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody know who's the dickhead. It's such a dumb... oh, my God. And they'll sing to you happy, happy birthday and shit.
I mean,
in doubt, fling poo.
Like here in Europe, you don't really have any sort of big animals left. But like,
no, like when you got a deer, maybe.
Yeah, but like,
and bears.
Even the deer are small. But like, well, like we don't get like these massive brown bears or
grizzlies.
Like this
and
is
shit.
a Kodiak, I think, but also grizzlies and whatnot. Like, if these things are angry and they like literally bitch slap you, right? Like
they'll take your head off.
Yeah, they've broken a bunch of shit in your body. Like, I
had seen a video. I don't know what filthy website I was on long time ago, where I was heaven666.org back in the fucking 10-15 years ago. And I've seen a vid of a guy walking up to a bear or whatever, and he actually did slap the head off of his fucking neck.
Yeah, I mean,
and maul the shit out of him, like kill the guy obviously on the spot, but that bear was not taking any bullshit whatsoever.
I mean, like these enormous grizzlies, right? They've been known when they've come in contact with these giant moose, where they swat the moose and they break its back.
Yeah, they open it up.
Like, it's holy fuck. That's an amount of power that we cannot conceive. Like, imagine if you had
talons, they're this big of a fucking They're claws.
300 pounds is a small one. They're probably more like 8 to 900 pounds.
For what?
For a grizzly.
I think they're more. Let's
see.
No. Male, 270 kilos.
Yeah, that's 700 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean red deer? Tigers. Yeah. Like, let's see. Wait. Yeah, a large female can weigh up to 800 pounds, 360 kilos for a grizzly.
Shit.
And that's basically all muscle.
Oh, yeah, that's not a Walmart lady.
No.
No, this is just...
That's holy fucking running.
And you won't be able to either.
No.
Far.
Because they pass as shit as well.
You know what's crazy though? Did you know that chimps, or like monkeys, I guess, altogether, I think chimpanzees especially, like, they're not buoyant, they don't float.
Holy fuck, I just looked it up. A grizzly, right, a full-grown grizzly, can run up to 35 miles an hour.
Yeah, dude, you're not getting the fuck away. Like, even on the bicycle, you're not getting that way.
It's like 55 kilometers an hour. Holy fuck.
Yeah, the only way we can outrun him is downhill. Because bears have an issue.
Once you chase cheese, and you can...
Fuck, yeah, might as well just roll with it. Jesus Christ. But, yeah, that's insane.
But monkeys aren't buoyant?
No, like I had no idea. I was watching a video and there was basically those chimps were trying to fucking drown the other chimp by just you push them in the water. They can't swim and they're so dense in muscle mass that there's no fat, so they just sink down.
That's cruel. Like boonk.
Yeah, chimps are fucking unbelievably vicious animals. Like unbelievably vicious animals.
Oh yeah, if you as a male a human male get into an argument with them, they'll try to rip your dick off.
Oh yeah, they'll tear your balls right out of your fucking crotch, man, with roots.
Yeah.
So.
Walter Herzog film documentary shows a guy and girlfriend befriending a grizzly. Did not end well. Yeah, no, I got that. It was in Alaska, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like this dude spent like 6 months with grizzlies and he filmed it all and it went great and he could just be around the grizzlies, and I think they ended up not getting the amount of fish they wanted, so they turned to him at the end.
Yeah.
And then he was eaten. Like, oh.
Fucking what a way to go, hey. Shit.
Yeah.
Timothy Treadwell. Well, he didn't tread that well, that's for damn sure.
I don't... Like many things, I don't understand why you would put yourself in this sort of danger. And I'm not averse to most people's idea of danger.
But do you think that it's a false sense of security that you're like, I'm so good with animals that I could totally pull this off?
I am.
It's gotta be that.
I am so good with animals, but even I know that is stupid.
Well, there is always Darwin Awards.
I mean, I don't know if I've ever said this, but we went to one of the islands of this country, and there's wild horses there, and I befriended a wild horse out of nowhere. And you could just pet it and everything, and it was fine. But so
would have changed if you fucking tried to ride the son of a bitch.
Maybe, but I mean, I've never come really across an animal that I couldn't befriend, so to say. But the ones.
Do you guys still call one another?
Right.
That's right. Put the horse on Skype. What is that? His mistake was not to slap the bear with the salmon like the John West tuna advert. Weird. Well, that's a very special skill you got there, bro.
Yeah, I'm mimicking my horse. Like we're running.
Fuck. Yeah, I don't know. People are crazy like that. I would never do that shit, dude. I don't even go fucking camping, let alone go and befriend a grizzly bear out of random ass nowhere. And yeah, hope for the best.
Yeah, fuck that. Like, I like all sorts of big cats, small cats. I have small cats, but I'm not gonna just walk up to like a male lion and go, ooh. Like, that's not happening.
Yeah, I had a dumb friend like that. I'll never forget this. We were going down in just somewhere downtown, and this fucking dude walks by he's got this huge cockatoo on his shoulder, and I'm talking like big fucking big parrot. And she just comes in, it's like a plush toy. She fucking like literally pets it, and the dude like fucking froze in his tracks, and he's looked, and it's like, and he's like, please don't do that again. And she looks at me like, why? I'm like, I'm surprised that he didn't take your fucking finger off.
Oh yeah, those beaks are like fucking razors.
Oh dude, like that thing was literally like fucking bolt cutters, like just think, and you're fucked.
Well, the parrot was probably like, what the fuck is this bitch doing?
Yeah, and he was like, everybody was like, bears. I'm like, fuck, man, don't touch this shit. Like, it's not your bird to begin with. It's the same thing like those people that are dumb enough to fucking let their dogs run around without the leash, and they in the parks like here, right? Where I've seen a couple times where the dogs just fucking like, there's one dog that just runs and fucking, I need to attack whatever's moving, right? And I don't understand people like that they just do that. I'll let him run. It's fine. So.
Yeah. A bunch of wild animals are. Certain ones like are really wild, and if you're gonna be the first ambassador of mankind, like you're gonna be so careful.
Yeah.
This is no fucking joke. Like, I mean, if like aliens land tomorrow, right? Because that's more or less what it is, and they have the egg-shaped heads. You're not going to go, oh, little guy. It'll go zoom. Goodbye.
Fuck.
Because that's basically what you're doing. You're being a dipshit.
Oh, you're gonna get killed. All right, let's call it.
Yeah, by the way, David says they're kept in a zoo behind bars for a reason. I actually think it's to keep the people out. I don't think the bars are for the animals necessarily. The bars are for the stupid selfie mums to not go in.
Well,
like oh, I'm with my
moron,
bear.
Like the moron mother that the kid slipped through to the gorilla enclosure or whatever, and I guess they killed the gorilla, right?
Yeah, we have to pray for Harambe. Or actually, balls out for Harambe. That was the meme.
Fuck.
Stupid shit. Yeah, yeah, I'm just going to chill here with a gorilla. Because they'll understand that.
Yeah.
There's not some sort of threat or anything.
Play tic-tac-toe with it.
Yeah, stupid shit. Anyway, yeah, a good time to call it. GG and GN and all that sort of stuff.
LG.
Yeah, good game, good night. Lucky Gold Star, LG.
There you go.
And I have to
see you Sunday.
See you Sunday. And we'll talk more about Henrik's socks.
Hopefully he's going to be on the podcast.
Yeah, we'll see. Au revoir, juice, and all that sort of stuff. Hey,
Bye.
as they say in Sweden.
Just fucking hang up